I make over 10K a month trading prop firms, and in this video, I'm going to show you 4 steps that you need to follow in order to do the same. Alright guys, so how do we actually make a full-time income from prop firms in 2025? Well, I'm going to explain exactly how to do it, and I'm going to also show you how to do it in the least amount of steps possible. And I think anyone can do this in about 3 to 6 months if they actually follow the steps, okay? So, the first thing we need to master before we even worry about looking for a strategy or, trying to get funded with a prop firm is becoming the person that is a profitable trader, okay? If you look at any profitable trader that is making a lot of money, they are the most disciplined people you will find. They are in complete control over their actions and their daily habits. You are not going to find a profitable trader who has no control over his actions in other areas of life, okay? If you can stick to your daily plan of all of your, work tasks you need to get done, you can also stick to a strategy. So a lot of people will try to skip this. They're looking for strategies and they're telling me, oh, this doesn't work. I've back tested it and it's not working on live markets. That's a you problem, okay? The market doesn't care. If you have a solid mechanical edge over the market, you will make money. The question is, can you actually stick to it and can you control your emotions? So, how do we do that? The number one thing all of you guys need to do before jumping onto the charts and trying to learn a strategy is to fix your brain. And you have to do what's called a dopamine detox, right? I'm not going to go into that too much. Just YouTube it. Look at a video and start today. So by doing a dopamine detox, you're basically removing all distractions from your life and anything that gives you a sense of reward or pleasure that you did not earn, right? If you're giving yourself all of this pleasure and happiness without doing any work, it's very hard to get motivated to sit down and stare at a chart or listen to a mentor teach you his strategy. It's nearly impossible. This is going to make it a lot easier to stick to your daily plan, which is essential if you want to become a full-time trader. So get this done. You can fix your brain in like 2 weeks. It doesn't take that long, but it is very difficult for the first few days to get over those bad habits, okay? Because let's face it, in this day and age, majority of us have at least 2 or 3 crippling addictions, whether we care to admit it or not. Whether it be YouTube, TikTok, vaping, whatever the fuck it is, you're probably addicted to something and you need to cut that out before you're going to see any success. If you want to skip that, that's fine. Click off this video, continue to watch YouTube videos about trading for the rest of the day and take no action, or you can actually implement this stuff. So, I have found that there is a direct correlation between how disciplined I am in my own personal life and how my trading is going. It is night and day, okay? If I'm not sticking to my daily routine, I'm not sticking to my strategy and I'm not making any money, okay? So if you're smoking weed, drinking alcohol and partying and stuff, realistically, you're not going to have any self-control to learn a strategy, stick to it, and ultimately achieve your goals. So cut that shit out as quick as possible. And as soon as you start planning each day, waking up on time, eating the right foods, training, and actually putting in focused work blocks without getting distracted by, messages and TikTok and all this bullshit, you will start to see success very quickly and you will also enjoy the process. Now, once you have sorted out your brain and you actually have an attention span again and you can sit down and learn something, it's time to find one mentor, okay? Yes, there are many mentors out there. Majority of them are full of shit, and it's up to you to determine if these guys are worth learning from. So just some of the key principles you need to look at are: number one, do they have a track record? Do they have personal funding? Have they ever showed inside their, prop firm dashboard? Have they showed any legitimate proof that they are funded? Now, again, this is easy to fake. You see guys like Alex GFX who literally faked a $100 to a $1 million flip. The entire thing was fake. All the screenshots were photoshopped and a lot of you guys did fall for it, okay? So it's not easy, but there are solid mentors out there. If you are looking for a mentor, you can click the first link in the description. I have a limited amount of spaces and I do not accept everyone, but if you are someone who is actually serious about this full-time prop firm trader is on your goals for this year, then you may be a good fit. Now, number 3, mastering prop firms. This is something that 99% of people will get wrong. Prop firms have a 1% pass rate, meaning you watching this video right now are probably never going to get funded, let alone receive a payout. Now, if you know me already and you've been following me on Instagram, you will know that I have a very unique approach when it comes to passing prop firm challenges, okay? So I can't cover that on YouTube, but what I will say is I have a method that guarantees you get funded with most major firms. And I've not only done this for myself to get over 7 figures of funding, but I have also gotten over 100 clients funded within 2 weeks of working with me, okay? So it's a very simple method. There's no strategy involved. It's a guaranteed mechanical system to get you funded. And from there, you can trade your accounts with a strategy, okay? So getting funded with one account. Many people think all they need is one funded account, and this is absolutely not the case. If you want to become a full-time trader, let's be honest, you need to have income every month, and you are not going to be profitable every month, okay? It's normal to have negative months. I had 2 red months last year. It's completely normal. However, on both of those red months, I received payouts, and that is exactly what we're going to get into. So this is absolutely crucial, and it's something that most traders will not talk about. And that is diversification of your funded accounts, okay? So why would we do this? On one hand, you think, if I've got 3 100k accounts, I'm gonna stack those accounts, and if I make 1%, instead of making 1k, I get to make 3k. That sounds great, and it sounds like you're gonna be increasing your income. However, eventually you're probably gonna lose that account, or you're gonna go on a long losing streak and receive 0 payouts from prop firms, which is not a sustainable full-time income, okay? So what is the answer to that? This is what I call account rotation, okay? So with account rotation, you can extract payouts from prop firms on a losing month, which makes absolutely no sense. If you were to trade a personal account, for example, or even one live account or multiple live accounts stacked, and you had a losing month, you don't make any profit, and all of your funded accounts are now in drawdown. So the next month, not only do you have to make profit, you have to recover the losses, and then you can receive a payout. This is why account rotation is crucial, okay? So here we have an example of it's not a losing streak, but it's a negative month, right? So what we're gonna do is, with each trade we take, we're gonna take it on one of our funded accounts, and we're going to rotate funded accounts after each individual trade. So for this example, we're using 3 100k accounts, okay? So trade 1, we have a 1% loss. So account balance is at 99. Trade 2, another loss. Account 2 is now at 99k. Trade 3, we have a win, a 2% win, and our account balance on this account is now 2k. So we've just had 3 trades. So far we're break even, but with account 3, we are not going to touch that account until we receive the payout. So we have now locked in 2k, okay? And then we go back to account 1. We have another loss, so we're now at 98k. Account number 2, we have a win, which recovers it from 99k to 101k. And once again, we are going to stop trading, and we are going to secure a 1k payout. So from here, we now have 3k total payouts. And then we go on to have 2 more losses on the other accounts. So our overall P&L is minus 1% over all of the trades we have taken, 7 in total, okay? However, we have received $3,000 worth of payouts on a losing month. This is the power of account rotation. This is why you should never stack your accounts, especially if you want to become a full-time trader and live off of this. This is going to add a level of security to your trading. So regardless if you have a red month or a green month, you're going to have some wins in there. And from those wins, you can take a payout, okay? Now, scaling. This is crucial. Number 1, you should constantly be reinvesting a certain percentage of your profits into buying new challenges, because number 1, you may end up blowing accounts. That's completely normal. And number 2, the more accounts you have, the more chances you have to receive a payout, okay? So once you get to 5 accounts, that is when I would stop splitting them up, and I would just have 5 different slots. So for every 5 trades, you take 1 trade on each of those accounts, okay? Anything after 5, you can then start to stack your accounts. So let's say you've got 5 100k accounts and you get a 6th one, you can then stack that. So stack number 1 has 200k and the remainder have 100k, and this is how you're going to scale. So eventually you'll have 5 slots with 200k per slot, okay? And with those 5 slots, you can be very confident that even on a losing month, you can receive at least 2, sometimes 3 payouts, okay? And on the winning months, you can receive 5, 6, or 7 payouts, depending on how often the prop firm will pay you out, okay? Now, the last thing we're gonna cover in this video is investing and creating security, okay? Although trading is such a glamorous, exciting way to make money, it's extremely risky and it's extremely stressful. So the number one thing we want to do if we want to have a long-term trading career is to create security as quick as possible, okay? So when you get your first prop firm payout, you've got 2 options. You can go and you can spunk it on some designer clothes or whatever bullshit you want to buy, or you can be smart and understand that you may blow that account and now you're left with nothing. So it's extremely important that you reinvest a portion of each payout into buying new challenges and also into savings and investments. Now, savings and investments are gonna be very small at first. It might seem pointless. Why would you put like $500 in crypto or gold? You're not gonna see many gains, but it will stack over time. And in a year's time, if you have a really bad month and you end up losing a portion of your funding, at least you have, 20, 30K sitting there in assets that if you need to, you can sell some to get your funded accounts back and you're good to go. But if you decide you want to spend your payouts and live a baller lifestyle, you're going to end up back in your mom and dad's house. And that's the reality, okay? Next one is to keep your expenses low until you have reached a solid level of security, okay? Again, just don't get too excited, okay? This is trading. Anything can happen. Nothing is guaranteed in this business, more so than a normal business, right? With a normal business, usually you can see kind of gradual month-to-month increases. But with trading, if you fall off your discipline, you can lose everything in one day. Literally, if you don't stick to your rules, you can blow all of your funded accounts in one day. So it's extremely important to build security, okay? Last thing I'll say in this video is to keep a stable income until you have 5 funded accounts and 6 months expenses saved, okay? This is a very safe approach. I'll be honest, I did not do this, but I had way too many ups and downs and it took me a lot longer than it should have to become a profitable trader. So my advice to you would be to keep your job, get multiple funded accounts and 6 months expenses saved. From there, you can comfortably move into full-time prop firm trading without a tremendous amount of stress, okay? And ideally, you move to a country with, much lower cost of living, which is going to further lower your stress and allow you to stick to your strategy, okay? All right, guys, so what now? You have the option to go and continue watching YouTube video after YouTube video, getting information overload and not taking any action, or you can implement what I gave you in this video. You can start a dopamine detox today. You can look for a mentor if you want to learn my prop firm strategy to get funded guaranteed, or you also want a mentor, you can click the first link in the description. But yeah, guys, I just urge you to take some form of action instead of watching another YouTube video, okay? That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be posting more videos on this channel very soon. And I hope everyone watching this video achieves their trading goals this year. Just remember, you are the only one who can make it happen. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.